Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. All good? No issues with the audio or the video, right, guys? Okay, great. How are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great, guys? Please let me know. How are you guys? Is everybody fine? Is everybody great? Please let me know, guys. All good? So let's do a quick revision before we are able to start the today's class, guys. So could you guys let me know once what have we learned in our yesterday's class, guys? Could you guys let me know once what we have learned in our yesterday's class? According to that, then we'll continue with our today's class, guys, what we need to learn and how we are going to proceed further with it. But just a quick revision about what we have learned in our yesterday's class. We started learning about JavaScript, we learned about functions, basics of JavaScript, we learned about alert, we learned about prompt, okay. We learned about console, we learned about console.log, we learned about functions. Anything else, guys? Anything else that we learned about in our yesterday's class? We learned about variables. Good. We learned about snippets, right? Yesterday we also learned about snippets itself. We learned about prompt and how to take in input from the user. We learned about data type as well, right? Anything else that we missed off? Okay, the type of function. We also learned about the type of function that basically tells us the data type of a particular object in JavaScript, right? We learned about concatenation. Great, guys. Awesome. So, yesterday we learned everything and anything up till functions, guys. We looked at how we can give, we learned about parameters as well as arguments, if you guys remember it correctly, right? We learned about parameters and arguments. What is the short form that I told you guys to remember to like understand what is a parameter and what is an argument, guys? Do you guys remember the short form, the abbreviation right over there, guys? DP and CA. Okay, that is when you're declaring a particular function, you call it as a parameter. When you're calling a particular function, you call it as an, what do you call it as, guys? When you're calling it as a function, what do you call it? Parameter and argument. Okay, so we have argument that we call it as. Good, amazing. Okay, so in today's class, we will complete the function as a topic. We'll try to understand why are we getting that undefined inside of our console again and again. So if you guys remember, I told you guys yesterday, right? That pay attention where you are getting this undefined and where you are not getting this undefined. So today's class will look at why are we getting that undefined, what is the meaning behind it, and then we are going to continue further in the realm of what is Node.js, why do we require Node.js, why are we writing our code inside of the browser, why are we not directly using something like VS Code or some other code editor so that we are able to write our code inside of our local computer, why are we using a browser to do that? And then we'll start with a practical implementation of Node.js if time permits us as well. So that is what my aim is for today's class. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Okay. Are you guys excited for our today's class, guys? Please let me know. Understanding what we are going to do, guys. Are you guys excited for our today's class? Okay, so let's get started with our today's class right now. Many of the students haven't joined the class. I'm going to take up the attendance in the next 2 to 3 minutes itself. If they have not joined, then they are going to miss out on their attendance. And today there will be multiple attendance in today's class, guys. I'm just reminding you guys about it. So, for example, if there are two attendances in today's class, I'm not going to tell you guys that okay, there are going to be two attendance, or there can be three attendance as well. So, if you miss out on any one of those attendance as well, guys, okay, please send the message to all the WhatsApp groups, including the picture once again. So even if you miss one of the attendances as well, for example, I took two attendances, you filled the first, you missed the second one, or you filled the last one, you missed the first one itself. Your net attendance for today will be zero. You will be considered absent for today's class itself, guys. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Okay, I'm making sure that everybody able to understand this, like how the boot camps can are going to happen. Okay, are you guys able to understand this, guys? The reason for that is the certificates are important. We cannot give the certificates like this to everybody coming to the boot camp. We get somewhere around 22,000, 24,000 registrations for every single boot camp itself. Now, taking up so many different registrations, we are not going to give certificates to every single one of them. We can only give the certificates to those students who we feel are confident enough that they actually gained some knowledge from the bootcamp. And to check that, the only way possible is by checking up their attendance. If you are there in the class, if you are live in the class, you are there in the class, that means you have paid attention in the class. You have listened to the class itself, because the time is also very less for filling up the attendance. Those who pay attention, those who are listening, they will be the only people who will be able to fill up the attendance. And that is the reason why we have a very strict attendance policy. Okay. Okay, great. So let's continue with our class, guys. Let us open up the console. Let me do a right click, inspect, and let me go to console itself. So yesterday we were writing our code inside of sources. We create a back.js file, as you're able to see right over here. This is where we created the greeting function. We learned about your DP and CA right over here. Let me just open up your live chat on my mobile phone so that I'm able to see what you guys are typing about. If there is any questions or queries right over there as well. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, you should be able to see my screen right now, guys. So this is the function that we created yesterday, the greeting function, where we learned about our parameters and our arguments as well. Now, please try to understand this, guys. It is not necessary that you can only put up only one argument or only one parameter right over there within your function. You can have multiple parameters right over there as well. For example, age, comma, location, okay, LOC. Okay, and I can use this right over here. Plus, you live in, and then I can just put up another plus symbol, LOC, lock. Okay, so I can provide it. Now that I'm having two parameters right over there, I can provide another attribute right over here, guys. That is, let's assume DELHI, Delhi. Once I've done that, I can save this code. I can run this code as well. What is your name? So Shaurya, as you will see, hi Shaurya, your age is 26, you live in Delhi. Okay, so you can provide it with multiple different parameters, as well as you can provide it with arguments according to the same as well. Now, one thing that you might have noticed is that this function greeting is very similar to an alert or a prompt. Okay, when you write alert or prompt, guys, you write it in a very similar way. Have you guys seen that? So alert, alert, and then a parameter, and then an argument inside of it. This is a message, and then you're having a semicolon at the end. Our greeting function looks very similar to this alert function. Are you guys able to see this similarity between them, guys? Are you guys able to see this similarity between them, guys? Please let me know. Yes. So Why are they so much similar to each other? The reason being that both of them are actually functions. One is a user defined function. Greeting is a user defined function where we define what this function is going to do. We have created this function itself, and hence it is called as a user defined function. Whereas alert is a particular function that is called as an inbuilt function. That basically means the creators of JavaScript created the definition of the function, actually created the function itself, and you're directly using this function. You're not creating it, you're directly using this function itself, and hence it is called as an inbuilt function. So although there are two different types of functions, they look very similar, they feel very similar, but it's basically like you are having a custom function and an inbuilt function, a normal function itself that exists. Now, in the case of alert and prompt, both of them are inbuilt functions, guys. Alert and prompt, both of them are inbuilt function. So let us go to the console. Let us try to run the alert function as well as the prompt function, guys. So alert alert, and then just let's write a hi right over here, and let's run this particular code. So as you're able to see, once we have run this particular function, we're getting high on our screens, but we are also getting undefined inside of our console. Are you guys able to see this undefined inside of our console, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this undefined inside of our console, guys? Please let me know. Yes, but if we are running prompt, guys, prompt prompt, and let's just write prompt high itself, and we run this. Whatever input that we give, whatever input that we give inside of this prompt, we're getting that inside of our console. We are not getting undefined. We're getting that inside of our console itself. So the concept right over here is that when you're writing alert, is something being thrown at you. The concept is that when you're running alert, is something being thrown at you or not? A very simple question, guys. Please let me know. Is something being thrown at you when you're running alert, guys? Okay, so many of you guys are writing yes. What do you think is being thrown at you when you're learning alert? I am not able to understand that. What do you think is being thrown at you when you are running alert, guys? Many of you guys are saying yes. So tell me what is being thrown at you when you are running alert, guys? Nothing is being thrown at you. The the pop-up that is there, the notification that is there, that is not being thrown at you. Yesterday we have talked about this. Yesterday we talked about this. That when you run prompt, the input that is being given right over there inside of the pop-up, that input is being thrown at you, and you're not catching that. Hence, the input is being showcased on your screen right over here. Whereas when you're running alert, there is nothing that is being thrown at you. Something is being shown to you. Your notification is being shown to you, but it is not get no data is getting thrown at you. Nothing is being thrown at you. Nothing is coming towards you. Only a notification is being shown, and that's it. Whereas when you're running prompt, a notification is shown, you're giving an input right over there, and that input is getting thrown at you, and that input is getting thrown at you itself. So there are two types of functions that exist. One is a type of function that gives you something back. After running the entire function, after executing all the lines of code that function intended to do, it gives you something back. It throws something towards you. That is your lookout if you want to catch that something, to save it and use it at a later point of time, or you just want to see it as a flag that okay, something is being thrown, I'm able to see something on my screen. The second type of function is which does not do anything. It just comes right over there, it does the work that it is intended to do, and then just leaves. It does not give you anything back. Think about it as Batman. Okay, think about it as Batman, guys. So I've told you everything about Batman. Let's assume like he's the Dark Knight. He protects the people of Gotham against strange people itself. He has a very high IQ, the best detective in the entire world. People respect him. I've told you everything about him. Now, what does he do? Like, he will come right over there. He will save you. He has various different gadgets that he has at any particular point of time. He'll use those gadgets to save you, and so on and so forth. Now, there are two possibilities. For example, let's assume I am right now stuck in Gotham. And in Gotham, I'm having some beasts that have attacked me. Now, I've called Batman for help. Batman comes right over there. He does everything that he is intended to do. All the lines of code that was intended to be run by Batman was run right over there. He fought every single one of those beasts. He saved me. Now that he has completed his task, it is his time to go off. Now he can go off in two particular ways. The first particular way is that, dude, I did my work, I've saved you, I'm going away. I'm just going away like this. Okay, that is the first method where he did not give me anything. The second particular method is that while leaving, he leaves a particular souvenir, something to remember him by. Maybe his batarang, maybe a piece of a cloth itself, or something back with me. He gave me a return gift right over there, and then he left. There are two methods in which he can leave right over there. Of course, both the methods are absolutely fine. Okay? Both the methods are absolutely fine right over there. But there are two possibilities. So this is what we call as the return statement. So a particular function like prompt has a return statement in which it returns the value. It returns the name of the input back to us. Whereas in alert has no return value. As nothing is being returned to the console, it is being printing undefined right over there. That this particular function is not returning anything. Undefined. Whatever it returned was undefined. It does not exist. It did not return anything back to us, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Alert is not returning anything back to us. Hence, we are getting that undefined right over there. Whereas prompt is returning something. It is returning the input that we are getting right over there, guys. Let us see how we can make our, so currently our greeting function does not return anything, guys. As you're able to see, the greeting function currently does not return anything to us. So let us try to see how that works. So let us copy paste this code instead of the console. So we are calling the greeting function, providing it the necessary arguments. As soon as we press enter, what is your name? So let us put up Shaurya. And hi Shaurya, your age is 26, you live in Delhi. That's the message that is coming back to us, guys. As you're able to see, we are getting undefined. Why? Because currently our user defined function greeting does not return anything back to us. Let us implement a return statement right over there, guys. So implementing a return statement is quite easy. This is the last line of code. Return whatever you want to return. You want to return a number, you return a number. You want to return a decimal value, you return a decimal value. You want to return the age of the user, you return the age of the user. You want to return the location of the user, you return the location of the user. You want to return the name of the user, you return the name of the user. You just want to return true as a value, you return true as a value. Whatever you want to return, you can do it from right over here. Whatever you want to return, you can return it from right over here, guys, by writing this return statement. Let's assume we just want to return 1. Okay, simple value itself. 1 we want to return. Let us save this. Let us go back to our console. Let us rerun the exact same line. Let's rerun the exact same, call the exact same function with the exact same arguments itself. Let us press enter right over here, guys. Okay, what is your name? Let us put up Shaurya. As you're able to see, hi Shaurya, your age is 26, you live in Delhi, and then we're getting 1 being returned back to us. We're getting 1 being returned back to us. Like I said, you can return back anything. You can return back the name, the age, the location, a random text like Shaurya as well. You can return it back, or maybe some other name. You can return it back. You can return like, "Hi, this is Shaurya." Anything that you want, you can return back. That is up to you guys to do it. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Okay. Now, before we are able to answer the biggest question of all, that why are we using a browser to write our code? Why are we not using something like VS Code? Why are we not using something like Atom to do that? Okay. I'm so sorry. Why are we not doing that, guys? So before we are able to answer that, we will be taking up the very first attendance of today's class. Again, there will be multiple attendance in today's class, so please be ready for the same. Right now, I'm going to provide you guys with the attendance link, the first attendance link for today's class. The second attendance can be taken up after 5 minutes as well. Okay, after 5 minutes, I can take up the second attendance. I don't know when I will be taking up the second attendance. So please be ready for the same. Please be attentive enough so that you don't miss out on the attendance, guys. There will be two attendance in today's class. Any one of the attendance, if you guys are missing, your attendance is gone for the day. Okay. So right now I'm going to provide you guys with the attendance. The attendance will be closed exactly at 8:41, guys. The attendance will be closed exactly at 8:42. Okay. At 8:42, the attendance will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now. At exactly 8:42, the attendance will be closed. Please start filling up the attendance right now itself. Again, like I've already mentioned, there are going to be two attendance in today's class. Missing out any one of the attendance means you have lost your attendance itself. There is zero attendance for you in today's class. There will be two attendance in today's class, guys. If you are missing out on any one of the attendance as well, your attendance for today's class is absolute zero. So please make sure that you are not missing out on the attendance in today's class, guys. The attendance link is right now in the description of the live chat itself. I will be providing the attendance for just 1 minute. After that, I will not be providing the attendance. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:42. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:42. So now I will not be providing the attendance. I have provided you guys with a lot of attendances, guys. Okay. As you're able to see, the attendance link is working absolutely fine. People have started filling up the attendance as well. There's no issues with the attendance anymore. So please start filling up the attendance right now, guys. After that, we'll be continuing with our classes. Okay. After that, we'll be continuing with our classes, guys. Like I've already mentioned, there are going to be two attendances in today's class. If you miss out on a single attendance as well, there will be zero attendance for today's class for you. Okay, so please be attention while attending the class, guys. Okay, great, guys. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so have you guys understood everything that we have discussed up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Have you guys like understood everything that we have discussed up till this point of time, guys? Please let me know. Any problems that you guys are facing right now? Any kind of problems that you guys are facing right now, guys? My browser console closes automatically. That there is some issues. There must be some like virus on your computer. Please get it checked. Okay. Okay. Certificates not received, sir. Okay, how am I supposed to send you certificates on the second day of the boot camp? The boot camp itself is on of 7 days. After 7 days, you will be receiving your certificates. How can I send the certificates on the second day of the class itself? That makes no sense to me, right? So I won't not be able to attend one lecture. Can I get certificate if I attend six lectures? So usually we take up that buffer itself, that if you have missed on one of the days of the attendance, we take that buffer. We still give you guys these certificates, because even we are able to understand that out of the 7 days, maybe one day the student was not able to attend the class. So we take that into consideration always. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Okay, guys. What project we'll be building? So the project you will be able to understand on the seventh day of the class itself, guys. Okay. And the Netflix loan, I've received three certificates, but not the appreciation certificate. Maybe it has been sent. Check your spam emails. Sometimes what happens is the certificate gets sent into the spam email as well. Just check that once. Okay. Okay, so we will Marvel or DC. So DC in comics, so and Marvel in the MCU, that is Marvel Cinematic Universe. I love reading books. I love anime. I'm a very good diehard follower of many of the animes like One Piece, Naruto, Naruto Shippuden. Then you are having your My Hero Academia, Demon Slayer, a lot of different animes actually. So yeah, I am a noob and a nerd at some particular level, I guess. Okay. Okay, so nevertheless, guys, right now we'll be starting with answering the major question of our today's class, guys. Why are we writing our code inside of this particular like why are we writing our code inside of the browser, guys? A very important question right over here, that we have so many different like things that we can utilize to write our code. Why are we writing our code inside of a browser? That makes no sense to us, right? That makes no sense to us. That okay, we have something called as VS Code, that is an IDE, that is an integrated development environment. An IDE basically means that it is a code editor which provides everything that you require to actually run your code, to write your code, to maintain your code, to manage your code. Everything that you require for coding purposes is provided to you within one environment. That is called as an IDE. Okay, so VS Code is a type of an IDE. You're having Atom, you are having other code editors as well, where you can go and write your code. Everything will be well maintained, well beautiful at itself. So why are we writing our code inside of a browser? Why not in a local file inside of a computer itself? Now, I've already told you on the very first day of your class, if you guys remember it correctly, I've told you on the very first day of our class itself that 100% of the websites in the entire world, front end of those websites are made using JavaScript. Do you guys remember that? 100% of the websites throughout the entire world are made using JavaScript, guys. Do you guys remember that? Please let me know. Do you guys remember that? Please let me know, guys. Yes? Okay. Now, please try to understand this. If 100% of the like websites are made using JavaScript, and JavaScript itself is a programming language, then all these websites can actually use JavaScript, that is a programming language, to access the files inside of your computer, to access the passwords inside of your computer, to access the photos, the videos, everything present in your computer. Every single website can use its JavaScript to actually enter into your computer and get access to all the files, all the IDs, all the passwords, all the cookies, all the videos, photos, everything within your computer. How would you like it, guys? Would you like that? That every single website is able to see all the photos that you're having in your mobile phone, all the videos that you're saving inside of your computer itself, guys. Would you guys like that at any particular point of time, guys? Please let me know. No, right? Nobody would like that at any particular point of time, that their entire life is broadcasted to the entire internet itself. And that is one of the major reasons why JavaScript has been created in such a way that it can only execute within the browser. Right over here, when we are writing our code inside of the browser, the JavaScript is working absolutely fine. There is no issues with that. Everything is working amazing right over here. We are able to write the JavaScript code, we are able to execute the JavaScript code because the browser provides it an environment inside of it it can actually live, it can actually function. Whereas, as soon as you bring JavaScript out of the browser and within your computer, JavaScript will immediately die. It won't work, it won't live properly itself. The reason why this is done is because so that the websites that are there that are currently running on your web browser are only able to work within that. The JavaScript is only able to work within that web browser itself. Only when you take the web JavaScript outside the web browser, it will immediately die. It won't work properly. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Let us look at this by another perspective as well. Okay. So think about our planet Earth and the atmosphere surrounding it. So this is our planet Earth, guys. Let's assume that. And let's assume this is our atmosphere around our Earth, guys. So this is our atmosphere right over here. And then you are having your space all around it. Okay, so this is our space, guys. Now, where is my pen? Just give me a second, guys. I had kept my pen somewhere. Yeah, there it is. So let's assume this, guys, that this is our human being. Okay, right over here, as you're able to see, this is our human being right over here, guys. So this human being can live properly inside of this like atmosphere. So this is your ATM or your atmosphere, guys. This human being can live properly inside of the atmosphere. He will get all the air that he needs, the water that he needs, the food that he needs to survive inside of this atmosphere. As soon as I'm bringing this particular fellow out of the atmosphere and placing him inside of this particular I'm placing him inside of this space itself, he will immediately die because space is not able to provide him with the right tools necessary to actually live. As soon as he is in space, he will immediately die, right? SPACE, space. Okay. In a similar manner, this ATM or this atmosphere is nothing else but your browser. Nothing else but your browser, inside of which JavaScript is able to function absolutely well. As soon as you bring JavaScript out of your browser into your computer itself, as soon as you bring JavaScript out of your browser into your computer itself, JavaScript immediately dies because it is not able to provide, the computer is not able to provide it the right environment to actually function properly. But can you guys let me know, how can a particular like a person survive inside of space, guys? How can a particular person survive inside of space, guys? Can you guys please do let me know? How can a particular person survive inside of space, guys? Please let me know. The answer is absolutely right, by using space suits. If I want this particular person to survive inside of space, I need to provide it with a space suit itself. So, for example, right over here, it will have a particular helmet. It will have a particular type of suit around the human being itself, right? And using that particular space suit, now this particular human can even survive inside of the space as well. Now he can live properly inside of the space as well, guys, because the space suit provides it a necessary environment to actually function within space. Also, the space suit adds a little bit more functionality to the user. This human being, when he was on earth, he couldn't fly, right? When this human being was in on earth, he couldn't fly. He had some weight as well. But when he is using the space suit inside of space, he has an added advantage and added ability that now using the space suit, he can fly around inside of this space as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Using this space suit, now he can fly around inside of space as well, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Now, for JavaScript, this spacesuit is nothing else but what we refer to as Node.js. It's nothing else but Node.js, guys. As simple as that. And that is the reason why we were writing the program inside of the console. That was the first reason, because understanding the concept of Node.js, you needed to understand that inside of the browser itself, JavaScript can function absolutely well. And the second particular reason why we were writing our code inside of the console is because a familiarity with console is very important for future web developers. A web developer spends at least 20 to 30% of his or her time trying to debug code, trying to figure out what are the problems with his code and trying to rectify it inside of the console itself. So you're going to spend 20 to 30% of your time inside of the console in the future. So you need to understand and have a basic familiarity with the console as well. That is the reason why we were using console up till this point of time, guys. Now, we have understood what is Node.js, why is it so essential for us. We are going to use it practically, guys. We're going to learn about Node.js. We're going to learn about the additional functionalities that it adds to JavaScript. We're going to learn about NPM, that is Node Package Manager. We're going to learn what is that, how we can use it to increase our level of coding itself. And then we are going to go towards Express.js and how can we use Express.js to create great backend code itself. Okay, so all this we are going to do in our today's class. Once again, guys, the first attendance has been already been taken up in our today's class, guys. Those who have missed out on the attendance, even if you fill up the second attendance, you are going to get zero attendance for today's class. I'm just reminding you guys about it. So please don't tell me, sir, give me attendance, give me attendance. 5 minutes is more than sufficient to fill up the attendance. More than sufficient. As you are able to see, 2,600 people have filled up the attendance. That means it was more than sufficient for some people to even cheat the system as well. But don't worry, in the 7 days, usually they are not able to fill every single attendance. Those don't come into the class, they miss out on their attendance, they miss out on the certificates. We are very happy with that. Okay, so this time you have missed out on your attendance. I've already told you guys, if you have missed one attendance, we take that into consideration. We take that into consideration. Out of the 7 days, 1 day of attendance missed, it's fine. We'll still give you the certificates. But from today, be a little bit more be on time, focus upon the class itself properly. Certificates don't carry any value. Being very frank with you guys, certificates have zero value if you don't have the knowledge associated with them. You will put the certificate in your resume. Nobody is going to see, okay, you are having certificate of backend development. Acha, you know backend development. That does not happen in interviews. They see the particular certificate on your resume. They start asking you questions related to backend development. And if you are not able to answer those questions properly, that means either the certificate is fake or you are lying about the certificate. You forged this certificate on your resume. And that basically means you are not going to get carry forwarded in any kind of interviews. You are rejected right over there itself. Okay. What is the difference between Node.js and Express? We will be understanding when we will reach Express, not right now. Okay, right now we are focused about Node.js. We are going to study about Express as well. When we'll reach there, you will automatically understand what is the difference between Node.js and Express. Right now, are you guys able to understand what is Node.js? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand what is Node.js itself? Please let me know. So, for your purpose of understanding, think about Node.js as a very big arena. Okay, think about Node.js as a very big arena where JavaScript has been provided everything: food, water, clothes, toys to play around with. It has been provided everything so that it is able to survive, as well as it has been provided with some extra features as well. For example, a jetpack, a tank, a particular swing kit, some additional things which JavaScript can use to do various different things as well. Let us look at this from the perspective of Node.js. Let us go to our Google. Let us close this down. We don't require it anymore. Let us search for Node.js. Okay, Node.js. Now, this is the official documentation of Node.js. So, the people who created Node.js, this is the documentation of Node.js that they created. As you're able to see right over here, let me just zoom in a little bit more. The website is basically node.js or node.js.org. I'm going to go into the documentation itself. So DOCS docs. Okay, we are going to take up the docs of the latest version that is there. So as you're able to see, like I said, there are different things: a jetpack, a particular tank, a swing kit that has been provided to Node.js. Different tools have been provided to Node.js guys, and and to JavaScript. And JavaScript can use these different tools to do various different things. For example, right over here, as you're able to see, it is able to provide buffers, C++ add-ons, cluster, command line options, console, core pack, crypto, debugger. Then you are having diagnostic channels, DNS, domain, errors, events, file systems, globals, HTTP, HTTPS. Then you are having all these different modules that has been provided to our JavaScript to directly use. That has been directly used right over there, guys. Now let us see one of these particular modules, guys. We're going to see the file system module. Now this file system module provides JavaScript with all, think about it as a toolbox. Think about this file system module as a toolbox itself. Now this toolbox helps you, provides you with the necessary tools to actually play around with your file system, with the files and folders. You can use this particular toolbox. JavaScript can use this particular toolbox to play around with the files and folders present in your computer. Directly, JavaScript cannot interact with these files and folders, guys. If you remember it correctly, it cannot even exist inside of the computer. And JavaScript has no way of interacting with these files and folders. So Node.js provides it with these tools that are present within this particular file system module that helps JavaScript play around with those files and folders, guys. This is something that we are going to see right over here, guys. This is something that we are going to see in our today's class, guys. Okay. So right over here, guys, as you're able to see, there are so many different tools within this particular file system module. All these that you are able to see, all these are called as methods, and these are the different tools that are present inside of this toolbox. Let us see one of these tools, guys. Okay, copy, file, sync. So this particular tool that is there, this particular method that is there of file system module helps you to copy stuff, copy text from one particular file and paste it into another particular file using JavaScript. Okay. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. it will copy your stuff. It will copy text from one particular file, that is the source file, from where you are copying, and will paste the stuff into another file, that is your destination. Where do you want to paste this text into? Okay, let us try to use this. You are also provided with a lot of documentation. You are also provided with how to use it as well. You can go through the entirety of this stuff to understand a little bit more about how to use this particular tool, how to use this particular method itself. Okay, now yes, you can use VS Code, yes, you can use Atom to do it, but like I've already told you guys that most of the students that are there in this boot camp are first time learners of programming. They don't even have a laptop as well. So we are going to use an online coding environment, an online coding platform, so that everybody present in this boot camp will be able to practice everything out from their mobile phones as well. Okay. So right over here, guys, let us open this up. Kaustav Tiwari, you can please get removed from my class immediately itself. I'm removing you from my class immediately. If you feel that the class is going very slowly and this is not something for you guys, I'm not like forcing you to stay in my class. I don't even want students like you to be in my class. I know you know a lot. I know you are working in some great ass company itself. Okay, I know that you have previously worked in Google. I know you have currently working in NASA, and I don't know, like you are the next person who is going to take India to Mars itself. But I think so. This boot camp is a lot for you to handle. That it is going very slow for you. You guys can immediately leave from my class itself. Okay. I don't want students like you to who are not able to understand something that not everybody in this boot camp knows entirely about coding. Okay, not everybody understands. If I'm going on my own pace, if I start going on my own pace, I'm very sure, Kostav, you will not be able to understand 90% of the stuff that I teach. And the 10% things that you will be able to understand will be the English that I will be speaking. That's it. So I know you try to act very over smart to compensate for the fact that you have a very small brain. But if you are there in my class, you need to understand one thing. For me, every single student is the same. For me, I have to make sure that the weakest link of my class is able to understand everything that I'm teaching. Because the smart students, they are smart. They will figure things out on their own. The weak students are the ones who are not able to understand stuff properly. And that is the reason why if you see me teaching, I will be repeating one thing at least 3 times. So that people who are not able to listen, people who are not able to grasp things properly are also able to understand the concept clearly. And I don't want students like you who try to be very over smart to be in my class. I've seen other students who are very smart. So seriously, I've taught students who have landed into better companies than me. I've taught students who have went into NASA. Currently, one of my students is currently working in NASA in HARP project itself. That student, I've taught him for 3 years. And do you know when he used to come to my boot camps, he was not condescending like you. He knew much more than at that point of time than most of the students in the boot camp. But he actually helped the other students out instead of commenting like, I don't know what you are, like what you have achieved in your life itself. And I'm very sure that you have not done anything. I'm very sure of that. Most of the students like this are like that itself. So even if you have achieved something, he has achieved such a great hype in his life, a very good package at NASA as well. But he always used to help the other students out. Whatever questions that the students used to have, he used to answer them properly. And that is the kind of student that I actually like. That is the kind of student I respect. You are not a kind of student that I will ever respect at any particular point of time. Because you don't have anything to be respectful about. Zero. So please, I'm removing you from my class itself. Do not come to this class. I think so. This is not a boot camp for you. Okay. Okay. So this person has been removed. And there was one more person just like him itself. HyperX edits. You guys can also get removed from my class. Okay. You want to be in the class? You learn properly. You help the weak students out. You help each other out. You ask right questions. I'll help you guys out itself. Otherwise, just get removed from the class. Okay. Okay, so let's continue with the class right over here, guys. So we're going to use an online coding platform, that is Replit. Okay, so Replit.com. It is a free online coding platform, guys. You don't have to pay anything for that. Even if you don't have any kind of laptop or desktop, you guys can use this in your mobile phones as well to actually code the entire thing out, to practice everything out. From today onwards, you don't need a laptop. You can do it from your mobile phones. Even the project, you will be doing it on this itself. You can log into the platform using Google, GitHub, or whatever the case is. Once you have logged into the platform itself, we will create a new particular template. So right over here, we'll create a new REPL itself. We'll select the Node.js option. Okay, from the templates, we'll select the Node.js option itself, guys, and we'll create the REPL right over here. Okay. Once we have created the REPL, as you're able to see, there are three different paths on our website that we are able to see right over here, guys. On the left hand side, we are having the files that shows the basic file systems that exist. What are the different files that we currently have? In the middle, we are having the index.js file. That is the JavaScript file where we will be writing our code. And on the right hand side, you are having the console that is there, guys. Okay. The name of the platform is Replit. Replit, guys. You can just do a simple Google search and you will be able to find it. Repl.com. It's a free platform, as you're able to see. When I'm using the free tier itself, I have never purchased the paid version of this. I'll never do that as well. So once we are able to do this, guys, then we can start practicing our stuff right over here. The first thing that we want to do is we want to use the file system module. Now, because we are using a template of Node.js, this particular sandbox, this particular online coding environment already comes with Node.js pre-installed for us. Okay, it already comes with Node.js pre-installed for us. We don't have to do anything. It is already there. Now, Node.js contains all these different modules that we saw. One of those modules is the file system module. Now we need to tell JavaScript that, dude, we require this file system module. We need to use this file system module itself. It is present in the background. The file system module is present in the background itself, guys. But we need to tell JavaScript that we require this file system module. We need to use this particular file system module itself. To do that, we are going to create a variable var that is going to be called as fs, which is going to contain require the fs module. Now there is something very wrong with this, guys. Now there is something very wrong with this. Let's assume I want to. So what is the value of pi, guys? What is the value of pi? Pi, guys. Can you guys let me know? What is the value of pi? Can I say the value of pi is 5.14, guys? From today onwards, the value of pi is 5.14. Can I say that? That till yesterday, the value of pi was 3.14, but from today onwards, I've changed the value of pi to 5.14, guys. Can I say that? Please let me know. No, right? Mathematically, I can't say that. But if I do this, var pi is equals to 3.14, pi is equals to pi plus 2. This is legal. There's no issues in that. JavaScript will even execute this particular line of code as well. The value of pi will be updated to 5.14. But that shouldn't be the case. This shouldn't happen. This is not something that should happen, guys, right? So the problem right over here is that we declared pi as a variable. Variables can be edited. Variables can be modified. Variables can be changed. And that is the reason why, even though the value of pi is 3.14, we can change it to 5.14 if we are declaring it as a variable. But mathematically, what is pi? It is a constant. It should always remain a constant. It shouldn't be modified. You should only be able to use it. You shouldn't be able to modify it or change it. Hence, in JavaScript, you can declare it as const, or also called as constant. Once you have declared pi as a constant itself, the value of pi can never be updated. The value of pi can never be changed. What you can do is always use the value of pi in a similar manner. When you're writing require fs, that basically means the file system module that is present inside of Node.js in the background. You're telling JavaScript that we require this module. All the code that is present inside of this module, we require it. We need to use it. And you are saving it inside of a variable fs. So when you're doing this in a later point of time, I can even change the value of fs. That shouldn't be the case. Inside of our code, we should only be able to use fs itself. So we will not be declaring it as a variable. We'll be only declaring it as a const. Okay, const, const itself. So hence, const fs is equals to require fs. Now we need to make some changes, right? What do we want to do? We want to use the fs dot copy file sync method from the fs module that we have just created, the constant. We want to use the copy file sync method. We have just right now itself, that the copy file sync method copies text from the source document. From the source document, it copies text and pastes it into the destination document itself. So we need to create, okay, we need to create this particular source file and the destination file. Am I right, guys? We need to create the source file and the destination file. Now to do that, let us not, so yes, we can directly go right over here. We can write, okay, create a file, and voila, a file will be created right over there. But right now we are learning backend web development. A backend web developer should be very familiar with some of the common Linux terminal commands as well, guys. Okay, we need to know a little bit about Linux terminal commands as well. So we'll go into shell. Now, what is shell? So basically, when you interact with your computer, right, you're having a mouse, you're having the keyboard, you're having this icons all over there, a desktop icon, a downloads icon. You're having all these icons of different files and folders right over there as well. You're able to click on that, right click on it, do a lot of stuff with it, right? So all that you are doing visually, that is called as a graphical user interface, GUI, where you are having all these graphics that is there to interact with your computer. Now behind this GUI, there actually exists something called as the terminal or the shell itself. This shell is basically where you are directly able to interact with the computer through commands. You are directly able to interact with the computer through commands instead of using this GUI. Okay, as a backend developer, you will be needing to know a lot about these Linux terminal commands, which you will be using to maybe deal with a server. Okay, for example, let's think about it in such a way. You are having a server that is located in US and you're sitting in India. You want to access that server, make some changes inside of it. So you won't be having any kind of graphical user interface to do that. You will actually have to send commands using Linux commands itself to actually play around with the server, to actually do something in the server itself. And that is the reason why we need to know a little bit about terminal commands as well. Are you guys able to understand why terminal commands are needed a lot? Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Can somebody please let coding know why are we not using VS Code, guys? Can somebody please let coding know why are we not using VS Code? Great, awesome. Guys, if you see a particular question that I've already answered 5, 6 times itself, please do help them out. Okay, so that I'm not answering the same question again and again. Just help them out in the live chat, guys, so that they are able to understand the things properly. Okay. So right over here, guys, let's understand a few terminal commands itself. The first particular terminal command is called as PWD, or also called as present working directory, guys. Why is this not? Let me create a new particular. shell pwd. Okay, PWD or present working directory, guys, as you're able to see, showcases where you are currently located at. So folders inside of the Linux and inside of web development as well is also called, technical term for that is called as a directory. The folders that you refer to as new folder, my folder name is so and so. Okay, the folders are also referred to as directory. Present working directory basically means where are you currently located at, in which folder are you currently located at. So currently we are located at this popular Jovel simulation itself, and that is also represented by the fact that whatever is written in front of this dollar sign, that is the current or the present working directory. Now if you want to see what are the different files and folders present inside of this particular folder itself, present inside of this particular folder itself, you want to see what are the different files and folders right over there, the command for that is ls or list. Okay, ls or list lists all the different files and folders that are currently present within your present working directory, guys. Okay, all the files and folders that are present within the present working directory is listed by using ls right over here, guys. As you're able to see, you are having index.js, package.json, package log.json. These are the files that are present, and then node modules, that is the folder that is present. Let's assume we want to create a new folder, guys. Okay, we want to create a new folder inside of this particular folder itself, guys. Okay, a new folder we want to create. Creating a directory or creating a folder is very simple. You use mkdir or make directory. Okay, usually in your computer, what do? You do a right click, you select create a new folder. Instead of doing that, if you want to use terminal commands to create a new folder, the command basically states mkdir or make directory, guys, or make directory. So the dir is not coming up to my screen. I don't know why, but it is mkdir or make directory. And then the name of the folder you want to create. Let's assume the name of the folder that we want to create is intro to node. Okay, to create intro to node, that is the name of the folder that we want to create. So make directory, mkdir, make directory, that is make the folder called as intro to node. I press enter right over here, then I do ls to check what are the different files and folders present. As you're able to see, a new folder has been added to our list, guys, that is intro to node, which was originally not present. A new folder has been added to our list, guys, called as intro to node, which was originally not present right over there, guys. Okay, the next thing that we want to see is we want to change our present working directory from popular Jovel simulations, and I want to I want to go inside of intro to node, guys. To go inside of intro to node, I want to change my present working directory, guys. To do that, the command is cd or change directory, cd or change directory, and then intro to node. Okay, change directory, cd or change directory, and then the name of the folder that you want to get into, that is intro to node. I press enter right over here. As you're able to see, before the dollar sign right now, okay, before the dollar sign right now, we are getting intro to node written. Are you guys able to see this? We are able to see that we are getting intro to node written right over there, guys. We can do a pwd as well to check that present working directory. As we are able to see, we are currently present inside of intro to node folder. Now everything looks very like clumsy right over here. We want to clear everything, we want to start with a clean slate. We can do that by just writing clear clear. Just write clear clear inside of the terminal. It will clear everything and it will just make everything look neat and clear itself. That's it. Now I want to go back. I'm currently present inside of intro to node folder, right? I'm currently present inside of intro to node folder. So pwd intro to node folder itself. I want to go back to our popular Jovel simulation. I want to go back right over there. So you have to do cd and then dot dot. Cd dot dot will get you back from the current present working directory to the previous directory itself, to its parent directory itself, to the parent folder. So as soon as I press enter, as you're able to see, I went back. So cd dot dot, I went back to our popular Jovel simulations, and I can cross verify that by writing pwd right over here. But I went back a step. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. The next thing that we need to understand is basically how to create files. We have learned about how to create a folder. Creating a folder is mkdir and then the name of the folder. How to create a file? So to create a file, the command is touch. touch, touch, and then the name of the file. Let's assume the name of the file we want to create is first.txt. That is the name of the file. Let's assume that first.txt. As soon as I press enter, as you're able to see, if I do ls right over here, that is list all the files and folders, we are getting first.txt that we have created right over here, guys. So creating a file, we use touch. Creating a folder, we use mkdir. I want to create another file called as second.txt. So I will write again touch touch sec.txt. Again, I will do ls right over here. As you're able to see, we are getting first.txt and we are getting second.txt as well present on our screens. And you can even cross verify this by going into the file, guys. As you're able to see, we're getting first.txt and second.txt coming up to our screen inside of the files as well, guys. Is .txt mandatory? You're creating a file. What type of file you want to create, you will be mentioning that, right? So we are using a .txt file because we want to use it for our code as well. That is copy file sync. We need a source and the destination file, if you guys remember that. That is the reason why I've used .txt to put some text inside of it. That is just a text file, a normal text file itself, right? It's like the Ubuntu console. So yes, this is basically your Linux terminal commands itself. A basic Linux terminal commands, these are there. But these are very important, guys. These are very important Linux terminal commands. Okay. Okay. So let us use this, guys. So instead of first.txt, we'll put some text. Okay. Let us put some text. This is a class on intro to Node.js, which is the space suit for our JavaScript to function properly. Okay, so I've written some text inside of first.txt as you're able to see. First.txt has some text right over here. Okay, whereas when we are looking at second.txt, it is completely empty. Second.txt is completely empty itself. There is nothing present inside of second.txt. Whereas first.txt has some text inside of it. So this first.txt is going to be our source file from where we are going to copy stuff. And second.txt is going to be our destination file where we are going to copy stuff to. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. From where to copy to where to copy. Okay, first.txt, second.txt itself. Let us remove this. Okay, now that we have seen it. Now inside of the copy file sync method, so from the file system module, we want to use the copy file sync method. Again, you can read a little bit more about it right over here itself. And then we will put up the first.txt, that is the source file, comma, the destination file, second.txt, guys. Okay, we'll put up both the source and the destination. Now we need to run this. Okay, there are multiple different ways of running this particular file, guys. You can click on this play like button on the top. Okay, and it will run this particular file. But we are backend web developers. We don't want to use GUI. We want to use direct shell commands itself. Now to run this particular file, guys, let us first clear this off. It's very simple. You are going to use Node.js to run the file called as index.js. As you're able to see, the name of the file is index.js. We're going to use Node.js to run this file. To use that, you just have to write node. Okay, just write node space, then the name of the file, index.js. That's it. Node, N-O-D-E, node space index.js. As soon as I press enter right over here, it will run the entire index.js file using Node.js. It will run the entire index.js file. All the code present inside of index.js file will be run using Node.js. Now that the code has been run, let us see if things worked out well for us or not. If we go into second.txt, as you're able to see, the same text from first.txt has been copy pasted inside of second.txt, guys. The same text from first.txt have been copy pasted inside of second.txt, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So using JavaScript and Node.js. So Node.js provided JavaScript the functionality to actually interact with these files. We were able to copy stuff from first.txt and paste it inside of second.txt, guys. Now, today I want you guys to just do this. It is going to be very simple for you, very easy for you. You are not going to face any kind of problems. Just 2 lines of code, guys. Not even like, it is not even hard. Just 2 lines of code you have to write. Try to do it once. That will be my suggestion, guys. If you're stuck somewhere, you can ask me on LinkedIn or Instagram. I will help you guys out with that. But try to do it. Okay. Why take constant instead of variable? Because here you are writing just 2 lines of code. In the future, when you will be actually working upon projects, you'll be writing 10,000, 20,000 lines of code itself. Now, by mistake, you come to a particular code, like already existing legacy code, and you start changing the code itself, and somewhere you change the fs ka value. You change the value stored inside of the fs variable itself. Now that shouldn't be possible. You should directly get an error right over there. But because it was already declared as a variable, you can change it, and you will never know that what is the problem that is happening inside of your code. So it is always being safe than sorry. That is the reason why these small things have been created for you, so that you are not facing any kind of problems in the future. Okay. So keeping that in mind, guys, we'll end up the class right over here. Okay. Why are we using require? Because we are telling JavaScript that you require this file system module to run the code that we are going to write. Okay. Okay, so we'll close the class right over here, guys. I hope so that you guys were able to learn something new in today's class. Okay. Right now, I'll be taking up the second attendance for today's class, guys. So give me a second. Let me create the second attendance for today's class. Again, you guys will be having 5 minutes to fill up the attendance, guys. So please be ready for that. Okay, guys, you are having 5 minutes to fill up the second attendance for today's class, guys. Again, if you have already missed out the first attendance, you get 0 attendance for today's class. Even if you fill up the second attendance, it's no point. Okay. From tomorrow onwards, try to be on time. Try to make sure that you are not missing on any of the attendances itself. At exactly 9:32, I will be closing the attendance. Exactly 9:32, I will be closing the attendance, guys. Please start filling up the attendance. Okay. Please start filling up the attendance, guys. At exactly 9:32, I will be closing the attendance. Again, guys, if you have already missed out on your first attendance, there's no point. You will not be able to get any kind of attendance, even if you fill the second one. From tomorrow onwards, please be on time so that you guys are not missing out on the attendance. The attendance link is in the live chat. The attendance link will be closed exactly in the next 5 minutes. That is by 8:32. The attendance link will be closed. So please start filling up the attendance right now. I provided the attendance link a lot many number of times in the live chat. I think so that is more than sufficient. Please fill up the attendance by 8:32, guys. Thank you so much. We'll meet in tomorrow's class at the same time. Thank you, guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.